everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a quick little swatch review, first impressions, try on thingy on the Models Prefer Day to Night Shadows palette. So this is it out of the box. I just opened it and this is it. This is the box that it comes in. It's only $10 from Priceline, which is a total bargain. I think even if like 3 of the shadows are good and the rest are crap. It comes with 12 shades and a dual-ended eyeshadow brush, and it's obviously kind of like a dupe, copy, similar thing to the Naked palettes. It's got kind of like the embossed or sticky outy label-y bit at the front. You open it up and there are your 12 shadows, and there's also a brush, which I just used. Now I can't find. And it also comes with a little dual-ended brush, exactly the same as the Urban Decay Naked palettes. There are 3 of these palettes. I got the Day to Night one. I'm not sure what the other 2 are called, but if this one's good, I'll definitely go out and buy them. All of these shadows have cute little names. They're kind of like named after workish stuff and then after-work stuff. So there's Deadline, Voicemail, Overtime, Workaholic, Coworker, Overachiever, Coffee Break, After Hours, Hot Date, Happy Hour, Downtime, and Nighttime. What I'm going to do is just swatch them all on my fingers and kind of probably my arm. And then I'll play a little clip of me using them. I did use them to do the look that I'm wearing today. Some of them were good and some of them were a little bit not so good, but I'll talk about that afterwards. First of all, the swatches. These are the first 4 shades. This one is Deadline, Voicemail, Overtime, and Workaholic. These are the next 4, Coworker, Overachiever, Coffee Break, and After Hours. Overachiever was kind of the one that I bought the palette for because it looked really awesome. And the last 4, we have Hot Date, Happy Hour, Downtime, and Nighttime. I'm going to try and get my arm in the shot so that you can see them on my arm. Alright, so that is them all swatched on my arm. The lightest colour starts here and all the way down to just the matte black down here. Overall, they're looking pretty good so far. So let's just have a little chat about them all individually. First of all is Deadline. It's like a highlight yellow colour. It is matte and it is a little bit powdery. Those are all of the matte shadows in this palette, but it's kind of also expected from a drugstore palette because they always are. By no means are they bad. They're not like unusable, just they're going to be a little more annoying than say if you're using MAC. Next up is Voicemail, which is kind of more of like a creamy highlight colour. I would definitely use that like all over the lid. Again, it's matte. Next is Overtime, which is kind of like a pinky champagne colour. This one I was really excited for, but it's kind of disappointing. The colour payoff just like isn't amazing. The 4th one along, Workaholic, I was actually very surprised with. It does have a little bit of shimmer, but it's nothing crazy. Perfect for in the crease. It blended out really nicely. I really like it. Coworker ended up looking much more bronze in the swatch than it does in the pan, but I really like it. The colour payoff was really nice, so I'm hoping that when I use it on the eye, it will be the same. Overachiever looks great in the swatch, so good, but I did use it on my eye today, and like the colour payoff from a brush is just not that amazing. I'm hoping that next time if I try and use my finger or maybe one of those little sponges, it will be better, but it is a beautiful colour. I really like it. Coffee Break and After Hours are very similar colours, just like brown, whatever, boring but essential I guess. Coffee Break has shimmer and After Hours is matte. After Hours is actually an okay matte, not too like patchy, not amazing, but not the worst matte colour that I've used by any means. Hot Date is kind of like a cooler toned matte brown, and it was pretty disappointing. The colour barely showed up in my swatch, so I'm not so keen on that, but you know, there's always one. Happy Hour is a nice little kind of lilac-y, shimmery colour. Again, just like Hot Date, the swatch wasn't that amazing. But then if you go to the one next to it, Downtime, freaking awesome. I cannot wait to use this. It's kind of like a graphite-y grey colour. So good. And then Nighttime at the end, just a matte black. It actually comes out pretty grey, but what are you going to do? So many matte blacks do. Freaking Lorac Pro matte black turns out grey, so it's fine. I'm just going to insert the little clip of me doing my eye makeup here. As I said, the first shadow that I used, which was Workaholic, was really good. Not expecting it, so good. And then the other two a bit like, You would have seen in the little clip that I tried to apply over time wet because it just was not working for me. It wasn't working with a brush, it wasn't working with my finger, and then it didn't really work wet either. It's by no means awful, but I just have so many other colours that are better. I'll never use that shade. I'll never use it. And then Overachiever, I had such high hopes for Overachiever, and it didn't fail me, but it wasn't great. I had to like apply it and apply it and apply it and apply it to get any kind of colour payoff, so that is not so good. One thing I will say that was great, which I was not expecting, was the brush. This little like fluffy bit was perfect for blending out, freaking loved it, and then this one, pretty good for like attempting to pack on the unpack-onable colours. I'll definitely be using this brush for like my other eyeshadows. It's so good. Like I would probably buy this palette just for the brush. Overall, I think this palette is definitely worth the $10 that I paid for it. $10, like seriously, you can't go wrong. As I said, the brush itself is worth $10. If you're a beginner or you don't have like that much money, then this like is the palette to get in Australia, I think. Like it's 12 shadows. It's like 90 cents a shadow or something, maybe less. I don't know, I can't do that maths in my head right now, but it's super, super cheap, super worth it. Some of the shades are a bit but some of them, you know, really good. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to review any of the other new models for eyeshadow palettes. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!